Okay, so hello and welcome to tonight's webinar, Learning Without Borders with Skype. My name is Jaime and I am a part of the Class Cover and Relief Teacher Association team. I am also a certified Microsoft Innovative Educator and I'm so excited to be bringing you this webinar tonight. A special welcome to all of our Relief Teacher Association members who have joined us and also to everyone else who has come along as well. Now, before we get into it, I've got a couple of admin items to go through first. So, let me just change the screen for you. Tonight's webinar will be recorded and sent to you in a follow-up email along with lots of other goodies. So, everything that I cover will be available for you to refer back to in that recording. Next thing, please do ask lots of questions tonight or feel free to share any tips, advice or thoughts as we go along too. Let's just test out the Q&A box now by sharing where we are tuning in from tonight along with the age groups that we teach. Some of us have already started doing that just while we were waiting for everyone to join us. So I can see that Jacqueline is joining us all the way from Sri Lanka. Great to have you here, Jacqueline. Welcome, Carl. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So I can see that everyone can hear me clearly, which is fantastic. So in this box tonight, at any time, if you've got any questions, please do post them in here. And again, if you've got any advice or comments along the way, add them in too so that everyone can see them. Awesome. People from all over. It's great to have you here. Now, tonight's webinar will count as 1 hour of teacher identified professional development. And also towards the end of the webinar, I'm also going to show you how to log this course in the Microsoft Educator community. Now, that is an outstanding resource where you can access a lot of other professional development, but also for this particular webinar, you will be able to earn a certificate, a badge, and also some points within that you can download and use as part of your accreditation as well. Now, as I mentioned just before, after this webinar, so probably tomorrow, you will receive a follow-up email from us. In that follow-up email, you're going to, as I said, get a recorded version of the webinar. You're also going to get a PDF handout, everything that you need to know about using Skype in the classroom. So it's just a little bit of extra reading for you. You're going to get the feedback forms. So we love to get your feedback about the webinar and what you thought so that we can improve our next ones and also cater to your professional development needs as well. There's also going to be instructions again for logging the course on the Microsoft Educator community so you can earn those certificates, badges and points. And in this as well, I will include the slide deck. So these slides that I'm sharing at the moment, I'll include those for you to refer back to as well. And last but not least, we have a special Relief Teacher Association membership promo code to share tonight for anyone wanting to renew their membership or anyone wanting to join the RTA to access a lot of other amazing professional development. So that is our admin for tonight. Let's get started. So welcome officially to Learning Without Borders with Skype. The possibilities with Skype in the classroom are truly endless, and I can't wait to share with you how it can really innovate your classroom. So as a session overview tonight, this is what we're going to be covering. We're going to discover the global connections and authentic learning opportunities that are possible by using Skype. We're going to navigate the Skype in the Classroom website to help us plan and organise field trips, how to get guest speakers involved with talking to our children, and also how you can collaborate globally with classrooms around the world. We're going to explore the power of Mystery Skype lessons. They're really exciting and the kids absolutely love them, and a really good tool that you can use last minute if you are, get a last minute relief teacher booking. And also if you get them in advance, you can actually schedule them in advance as well. They are truly amazing. And then if time permits, we'll go over inviting others if you want to host your own Skype lesson, and also the Skype translator preview. As I said, any questions and answers, pop them in throughout the webinar. If I get a chance, I will answer them throughout, but it is just me here tonight, so that probably I'll address them all at the end. We'll see how we go for time. Hopefully I can answer them as we go along. So first of all, if everyone could just pop into the question and answer section, what is your current understanding of Skype? What does Skype mean to you? Do you know what Skype is? Is there anyone out there that perhaps doesn't? Add that into the question and answer box. Now your understanding of Skype. Awesome. So making video calls with family overseas, form of communication with voice and video. Absolutely. Interactive communication. Free, absolutely. That's a big bonus, especially for us teachers. Long distance calls, amazing, great, a method of communicating. Awesome. So we are all familiar, by the sounds of things, with the basics of Skype, using it to call or message friends and family, colleagues, people from around the world. What Microsoft has done is they have really enhanced Skype so that we can use it as teachers in our classroom for education. So we're going to discover all of those possibilities tonight. So what is really great about Skype is that it helps to create global citizens and authentic learning opportunities. In this session, we're going to be exploring Skype in the classroom, which uses the free tool Skype to facilitate the digital experience. Many of us, as we've just discovered, we know that it makes calls and we can send messages via the internet to friends and family who have Skype accounts. There is obviously something really special about seeing a face on a Skype video call, and it can be cheaper than making a phone call even as well for free. This quote here, hopefully you've read that as I have been speaking, but Skype can support experiences that wouldn't otherwise be possible, enabling teachers to bring the world into their classroom and to take their students into the world. So especially as relievers, we don't get the chance to take our classes sometimes on school trips. We don't get the chance to get in guest speakers. With Skype, we can now do that. So just got a little video here for you. I will see if it loads up in the PowerPoint. Otherwise, I've got it loaded up, ready to go as well on the internet. Now, just to let you know that tonight I will be swapping between my internet browser and the Skype, these slides, just so that I can share with you exactly how to use Skype in the classroom online. But it's going to load for us, which is great. Please do let me know in the question and answers if once it's playing you can't hear it.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, wonderfully.
I think Skype is the ultimate field trip where you are actually able to travel to the other side of the world without ever leaving your classroom.
Sorry guys, that's me clicking buttons. I'll leave my computer alone.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, wonderfully.
I think Skype is the ultimate field trip where you are actually able to travel to the other side of the world without ever leaving your classroom.
We can Skype with California today, we can Skype with Brazil tomorrow, we can Skype with classroom classes too.
This is live learning. This is not something you would get in a textbook or in any kind of newspaper article.
Do you think that the U.S. presence is helping with the elections?
Having Skype in the classroom just
allows you to see a different type of viewpoint that wouldn't be accessible otherwise. When I look at poverty alleviation, the biggest kind of need and opportunity is to get all kids, and especially girls, in school.
Hi, Ben.
We sponsor orphan in Gaza. His name is Ben, and we pay for his school fees, his food. It feels really good that you've helped somebody with their life.
You can start to teach the kids right from the beginning. They can grow knowing how to supplement.
We came up with a group harvesting so they can harvest many more times in the season.
That's cool. The goal is to empower students to play a part in solving some of the world's problems, and Skype makes global learning possible in a way that we cannot replicate.
Wow, there are people out there who really want to better the world and are working for it. We can actually do something.
As educators, we're constantly trying to find tools for them to engage them, excite them, and make those connections to the outside world.
It inspires us that we're really young, but we're making a difference in the world.
Yeah.
The more that we can foster connections, relationships, interactions with those outside of their own natural comfort zone, that we've got a global citizen.
I am beyond excited about the opportunities offered through Skype in the classroom.
And I'm hearing some of you ask if we can do this every Friday.
I love that.
All right, so I hope you are as excited as I am about watching that video, and you can see that there are so many possibilities with using Skype in the classroom and how it can help to create global citizens. Now I'm getting that there is a little bit of delay and the audio was hard to hear. No problems at all. So what I'll do is the next one that I play, I will test it out using the internet. Can I just get some feedback from anyone that did see it clearly and anyone that did hear it well? Can you just let me know that now, if anyone was successful with that? Okay, no problem. So what we'll do is the next one I will play online. And again, as I've said, I will. So some people were saying it was a little bit hard to hear, but they could understand it. Some people had the video was absolutely fine. So when I am playing the videos, it will depend on your internet speed as well, unfortunately. So everyone's is a little bit different. So we did get people that were hearing it and seeing it perfectly fine, but I will try and help that out with the next ones. So thank you everyone for your feedback, and also remember that you're going to be getting all of this in the follow-up email, so you can re-watch them again as well. But essentially that was just giving us an overview of how Skype can help us to create global citizens, which I'm going to go through now with you anyway. So Skype in the Classroom is a free community that connects teachers with educators and guest speakers from around the world. It is a simple but streamlined portal where teachers can find, create, and facilitate Skype lessons with their students. It can even connect your class to guest speakers. You can invite zookeepers, mountain climbers, professional athletes, and even famous authors right into your classroom for a chat, meet and greet, or a rich learning experience. So I'm going to show you now exactly how to do that. So I'm just going to exit out of this PowerPoint. Hopefully it will let me exit out. Here we go. All right. Okay, so this is our Skype in the Classroom. So I have gone to education.microsoft.com. And I have signed in here. Just here, I've got my own account. What you will need to do is there'll be a sign in button or there will be a register button. So if you've got a Skype account or you've got a Microsoft account, you just log in with those details. If not, you sign up for free. it's super easy. And then the Microsoft Educator community, as I said earlier, is an amazing, amazing resource where you can access a lot of courses and resources you'll see here on the left-hand side, which you can check out later and get your own professional development. But what we're going to be focusing on today is the Skype in the Classroom section here. So this gives us a little bit of an overview. So it's an online community that enables thousands of teachers to inspire the next generation of global citizens through transformative learning over Skype. So what you do is, as I said, you'll log in, and then as a part of that, there is a section specifically related to Skype in the Classroom. So if you're wanting to get set up on Skype in the Classroom, you just go over here to your little profile. Go to My Profile, and then click the Edit button. So you'll need to fill out some profile information such as the screen name you'd like to be known by, your location and your email address, and so that will help you to connect with the most suitable classes and teachers. You should also add your areas of interest, a short bio, and upload a photo. So if I scroll to the bottom here, you will see that there is a Skype in the Classroom section. So again, so the Skype ID, if you'd like to join the Mystery Skype games, which I'm going to go through in a moment, Skype miles, you can actually see how far you travel with your kids, which is really pretty fun. If you'd like to be a guest speaker, perhaps you've got some expertise that you want to share with kids from all around the world. And your availability, so whenever you're available for Skype sessions or generally that's going to be through the teaching day, if you're going to be doing it with the kids, so that other schools can see when you're available. Again, this will all make a bit more sense shortly, but just so you know, you will need to fill out some profile information. Okay, so there are 3 key ways to get started with Skype in the Classroom. If we go back up to the Skype in the Classroom section, so just click here on the left-hand side in our menu. Awesome. And here, so this one says there's 5 exciting ways to bring the world into your classroom. We're going to be going over the 3 today, and then you get to check out some of these. I've included as 1, like the Skype lessons, for example, but there's 3 key things. So collaborate with other classes no matter where they are. There are endless ways to introduce your students to another class on Skype. You can take part in a cultural exchange, start a collaborative science investigation, or even an international book club. Teachers have already created thousands of lessons on Skype in the Classroom, so taking part in one of these is a nice way to start using Skype as part of your lesson plan. Really good for relief teachers, especially. So there's lessons already there for you, so let's check those out now. So Skype lessons. I'm just going to check the question and answer box now and check that everyone is okay. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so especially good for us as relief teachers, there are all these Skype lessons already loaded onto the Educator community, which you can access whenever you want. So you can see that they're broken down into genres or subject areas: STEM, literacy, geography, environment, animals. You can obviously flick through these if you want, or you can filter them, which makes it a lot easier depending on the age group that you have. So perhaps you're teaching children 8 to 10 years old. The subject, perhaps you go in and you can see that they are doing topic or inquiry about animals. If there's particular skills that you're wanting to foster, so potentially you want to focus on collaboration or communication, you can filter by that as well. Skype availability, so these Skype lessons are actual real people logging into Skype and taking a lesson with your students, so via video conferencing. So what you can do is you can also filter the time. So if you know that you are relieving on, say, Friday this week or Friday next week, or perhaps you're relieving for a whole week. Let's say we're going to be relieving from tomorrow until next Friday. Perhaps we're lucky enough to have a whole week's booking. You can filter it by that date as well to see what's available. So Manatees in the Classroom, Beagle Freedom Project. So all these amazing lessons that are available. So if you want to learn about these, you just click on them and see what they're all about. A Journey Through the Coral Kingdom, let's check that one out. All right, so it tells us who's going to be taking it. It tells us the ages that it's suitable for. So this one's great for all ages, which is awesome. It gives you the curriculum areas that it covers. I'll just leave that there for a moment so you can quickly read over that. Again, it's going to be best when you log in yourselves and explore it for yourself so you can see. But we're just doing a very quick overview tonight. And then what you do is you request the Skype lesson. So it also gives you some details. So it's going to be a 30-minute online slide presentation by an award-winning photographer and author. He'll display his outstanding marine life images, talk to the kids about his adventures, and of course it's about the ecosystem and preserving it for future generations. That's the basis of the lesson. There's some images there, so you can, if you have scheduled it for the next day, you can use it as a reward perhaps. The kids can earn points and make sure that they're going to get that. There's some images there that you can flick through and get them excited about it and show them beforehand. There's even some books that you could find in your library, perhaps, get the kids involved in that as well. And then, of course, request the Skype lesson. So if you click that, it will give you, the details will come up on how you get in touch. So you can see there that some of them, there's set times. Now, my computer is set to UK time, even though I'm in New Zealand, but it is set to UK time. Some of them will depend, so some of them definitely will be in Australian time. Some of the lessons, this person's given us set times to choose from. If they don't work, what happens is some of the presenters, they just a message box will pop up and you will let them know what time you can do and they'll fit around you. So it just depends on the particular lesson, the way to do it. So again, if we just go back to Skype lessons, there's a huge array of lessons that you can search through based on subject areas, and you can filter them to your needs as well. Just quickly, is there any questions about the Skype lessons so far? Or any comments, perhaps? Thanks, Helen. Thanks for your feedback. How do you coordinate the time zones? Absolutely. So I can see lots of us are really excited about this. I actually cannot wait to use this with my students. I'm super excited as well. So I'm glad that's coming across for everyone else as well. How do you coordinate the time zones? So on your computer, it will tell you what times they are available in your time zone. If they do not work, then you can message the teacher or the presenter privately, and you can you can let them know what times you can do, and they will be able to work around you. Some of them won't, because they might be literally in India and it's just not going to work. But these people are literally from all over the world, so there 100% will be lots of lessons out there that you can access. If you find a lesson that's just perfect for the topic that you're doing, say you're doing it on rainforests and there's a lesson on rainforests, but they cannot do it in your school hours. The great thing about Skype, which we're going to go over a little bit later, is that you can actually record video messages. So the presenter or the teacher that is running that lesson can actually pre-record it and send it to your class, so that you can just play it to your class, and then you can send back questions. You can record the class and send them questions that they can then get to the next day when they wake up, and you can actually send each other like pre-recorded video messages. So there is lots of options there. Some Skype lessons pre-recorded, yes, you will find that some of them are, but again, as I said, lots of them are live. That's the aim. They are wanting to create live scenarios with their kids so that they're talking in real time with these presenters all over the world, creating global citizens, but you can do the recorded parts as well. How do the lessons work if there are no times to choose from? So sometimes when you click request a Skype lesson, sometimes the times will come up, and sometimes it will just be a message box. So you need to message the presenter and say, can you do this time in Australian time or in Sydney time? And they'll either say yes or no, and you liaise directly with the teacher or the presenter, and they will help you with that. All right, so I'm just going to leave it there for questions for now, just because we've got lots to get through. Please do keep adding them, though, because I will get to them at the end for sure. So the next thing is you can find guest speakers and invite them into your classroom with Skype. Skype in the classroom puts a world of adventurers, scientists, world-leading experts at your fingertips. So whether you're looking for a historian, perhaps an author, an engineer, you're sure to find a fascinating speaker to invite to your classroom on Skype. So again, down here, over here, there's another option here, guest speakers. When you click on the icon, you'll be directed to a page that features guest speakers available to Skype with your class. Again, here you can filter your search for guest speakers by age group, subject, country, or language. But if you scroll down, so these are all volunteers, by the way, from around the world, and they cover a variety of subjects. I'm not going to go through it, but there is a sway document here, so you can click that and it will tell you and give you an overview on how to get started with it. You can also become a guest speaker as well if you want to share your own perspective with classrooms around the world. So here there is loads of people. It tells you where they're based, which can be quite handy. Now, it also tells you some of them that they're 5 hours behind you, and it shows you their availability calendar as well. Now, just remember that I am in New Zealand at the moment, but my computer is on UK time, as I used to work in the UK. So these times will be irrelevant to you, but when you log in, you'll see them as well. So, and they tell you where they are a guest speaker for and what they cover. If we just scroll down, there's loads of them, and then what you can do is you can click into more and you can learn more about them, or you can click on their name. Let's do that. So Erin Petty, let's see what she is all about. She loves to read about magic, dinosaurs, folklore, and ghosts. Master's in education and comedy, so the kids will find her hilarious, hopefully. This is really good. So this here, Skype sessions with Erin are not confirmed until the author and teacher connect directly over email to solidify a time. So Erin's been really clear about that. So what you do is you click here to request a guest speaking session, and that will pop up. And so you will email Erin directly and organize a time with her. So she's going to fit in around you, which is great. So she's got some questions there. So what ages are the students? What are they excited to learn about? Is there anything special that they should know? And suggest dates and times that work. And then Erin will actually work around you. So that's the other way it can work, which is great. It tells where she's been in the past. So as I said, you can just I'm just going to click back. You can just scroll through the guest speakers and see who's out there. Or, as we said, let me just load that up. You can filter it as well, but depending on the type of guest speaker you are looking for. Okay. So let's just see if we can find a guest speaker based on anything in particular. So again, the age group, perhaps we're teaching 6 to 7-year-olds this time. And the subject, let's go for climate and environment and just see. So science park in India, this person's from Germany, whale and dolphin conservation. That could be super interesting for lots of our children, passionate about the oceans. Oh, right, so it's in a different language. She also speaks English, it tells you, which is fantastic. Marine conservation, so request a guest speaking session, click on that. And also here it tells you, would you like to translate this page, which is handy. I might need to do that myself. And again, you email them directly. So that's a really handy way as well. So these people are passionate about certain subjects, and you can link up with them and invite them into your classroom. So is there any questions about that, about inviting guest speakers into your classrooms? Is there access to galleries in parts of the world about current artists? I absolutely have seen some artistic lessons on there. You just will have to scroll through those for yourself and have a search. There's definitely things in there for sure. All right, perfect. Now the other thing we're going to talk about, so another way to start making connections is by messaging other teachers directly. So you can actually find a teacher on the main Skype in the Classroom page. You scroll down to the section where you search for lessons, and in the filter section under all types, you can choose profile tile. You'll be able to see the teachers who have Skype profiles. And when you see someone you want to connect with, you can click on their tile and request a mystery Skype or connect with them social media. So as well as people that do lessons from all types of different organizations, they're not always actual teachers themselves, like qualified teachers, but you can connect with qualified teachers as well, which is very handy. Now, the other thing which is amazing about Skype in the Classroom is the virtual field trips that you can take anywhere in the world. So from Mount Everest's base camp to the bottom of the ocean, Skype in the Classroom offers you the chance to take your class on an unforgettable virtual adventure. Skype's partners includes museums, zoos, and explorers that make extraordinary experiences free and available to classrooms anywhere in the world. This is especially useful to us as relief teachers who, as we said before, we don't always get time to, or the option even, or the opportunity to take our children, our students out on class trips. So we can actually bring the virtual field trip to them without having to leave the classroom. So again, there's a getting started guide. You can watch the video, which we won't do just because it might not work. Again, it gives you some virtual field trips that are quite popular. So learn about the owl species in Virginia, the turtles, eastern box turtles, a park in India to learn all about dinosaurs. Scrolling down again, there's lots in here about Yellowstone, just because there's lots of American lessons on there, but there's also lots of alternative things as well. So history and culture, ancient Greece, India, to learn about spinning wheels, so some art there. Other subjects, all sorts, and again, it follows what you click into, so you can tell that I click into lots of animal ones, and it's given me suggestions to take my children on virtual field trips to perhaps Lisbon Zoo. Let's check that one out. Lisbon Zoo. So again, on the main page of Skype in the Classroom, you can click here or click here, and you scroll down to those tiles and you can click on that icon for virtual field trips. Then you can filter again by searching the age group, the subject, the country you want to go to perhaps, or the language, or you can just click into a random one and see what it's all about. So this one, visit the Lisbon Zoo in Portugal and learn about animal evolution. So then it tells you what the students will learn about. So they're going to reflect on the origin of species over time. They're going to learn about Darwin and Darwin's theory. This one obviously is for age 14 to 18, so it is quite helpful obviously to use the search function and the filter function, so you can get the age group that you're looking for, but it does give you some other tips as well. That this one, Lisbon Zoo, offers field trips for all age groups, so be sure to look out for the other options. So awesome. It tells us what it's going to cover. It gives us some behind the scenes. So again, you can prep the students. If you've got them for a couple of days or even half an hour before the virtual field trip's going to start, you can have a discussion with them, give them these images here that you can talk about. Perhaps you can come up with some questions together that you can ask the presenter or the teacher. And again, you just click the button, request the virtual field trip. So it's really, really easy. Again, this one, it's not available. This one's given us exact times that it is available, and potentially because in the UK it's not going to give me a time for this, or this particular one isn't available at this time, so that one's not going to work for us. We will have to just choose another one. So really easy, really simple to use, and what will happen is that it will literally take them on a journey throughout the zoo. So rather than for a guest speaker's just sitting in front of their webcam talking to the students, and the lesson as well, the lesson plans, again the presenter's sitting there talking to them. With the virtual field trips, they actually take them on a journey through everywhere they are, so they're actually moving throughout the zoo and seeing lots within the zoo. So is there any questions about that so far? Oh, it sounds amazing. I agree. Thanks, Catherine. And yeah, so Catherine just brought up that hopefully the technology in the class works well. Absolutely. Obviously, you'll have to check that out, see what access you've got. But essentially, all you need is a laptop or a computer with Skype capability. Skype is free to download, and a interactive whiteboard or a projector so that you can blow it up and the kids can all see it. Field trips pre-recorded or live, both. So again, you can get in touch with, they do live ones, so if you can actually sync up with the time zones that they're offering, or the times that they're offering, and that works with your time zone, you can do it live, or if you can't, you can liaise with the presenter and they can do a pre-recorded one as well. Awesome. And again, you can test it out as well. The presenters are really, really good about that. They actually let you test it out just with them, check that everything's working before you then do it with the whole class. So let me just go back here and check that we're all on track with where we were up to. So again, connecting through Skype in the classroom. You sign in using your Microsoft account to become part of the Microsoft Educator community, and then you complete the Skype in the classroom section. This is just a little recap for us. So we can collaborate with other classes, we can find guest speakers and bring them into our classrooms, and we can take virtual field trips. This here is a direct link to take you to that Skype in the classroom page. Otherwise, you can just go to education.microsoft.com and log in that way. A question for you to get you thinking: how can Skype in the classroom increase student engagement? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. How can Skype in the classroom increase student engagement? Definitely a collaboration opportunity, for sure. They love working together. They can ask the guest speakers questions, for sure. Thank you, Rebecca, for all of your feedback. Yes, absolutely. Seeing other students doing the same things that they are. Authentic learning, purposeful learning. It's alive, definitely. Visual images are inspiring. Absolutely. So you can all see just how powerful this tool can be for increasing engagement in the classroom. It definitely is a fantastic way to engage the whole class, and I've actually got some tips here for you about how we can do that. So how to engage the whole class with Skype in the classroom. So a really good way to do it is make sure that all of the students are assigned different roles throughout these Skype lessons or these Skype virtual trips or these when there's guest speakers. So making sure that there's some people greeting the speaker. There's some children that are the inquirers, so the ones asking questions perhaps. Sharers, sharing information themselves about what they've been learning. So they're actually having a two-way conversation with that presenter, and it's not just the teacher speaking to them. Researchers, photographers, bloggers perhaps, timekeepers and scribes, so people that have certain roles is a good way to engage the whole class. And of course, making sure that they're coming up with questions that they can ask as well, so they're engaging. And they can also perhaps prepare their own presentations. So perhaps, you do a virtual field trip with the Lisbon Zoo, and then you could take your students on a trip to the local zoo. You could record it, and you could then share that back. You've struck up a relationship with the presenter at Lisbon Zoo. The kids will then get so much out of sharing their presentation back. So just some ways there of how you can further increase engagement with each and every student. All right, Mystery Skype. Now this one's really, really exciting. Collaboration, inquiry-driven problem solving and reasoning through Mystery Skype. Mystery Skype gives students the opportunity to work collaboratively and use reasoning skills while interacting with students from around the world. Key skills that they definitely need. Again, there's a direct link there to take you to the page. I'll show you that in a moment. Now, the video, what it will do is I'm just exit out of this, and I'm going to try playing the video this time on YouTube. Let's just see if it works to give us an idea of what Mystery Skype is. Turn it up.
In my classroom, I'll grasp onto any technology that can expand the kids' possibilities. Greer, come on up. Learning comes from a teacher that's willing to take a risk and do something new and bring in these powerful tools.
Hi, welcome to Mystery Skype.
One of the key tools we're using right now is Skype to connect with other classrooms. It's so powerful to connect them beyond these four walls.
Are you in the United States?
Mystery Skype's a chance for the kids to connect with other students around the world.
Are you east of Mississippi?
No. It's a challenging game for them. They have to critically think.
It helps the kids understand other cultures and other countries.
Are you in the U.S.?
No, we're not.
Are you somewhere in Mexico? Yes.
It's a powerful tool to see kids learning from each other. Hey, Mateo, come on over, bring those maps. To see their critical thinking process is far better than any test I can give them.
Because of Mr. Begley, learning seems to be really fun. It's more like a game instead of the teacher telling you this is what we're going to be doing.
It's a team effort to really win Mystery Skype. Do the Rocky Mountains run through your state? No.
I mean, really, it takes a team to do anything in life. And this is a chance for them to experience that collaboration.
Are you in Baja California?
No. You can see those light bulbs going off and just that connection that they're making. How better to do that than to actually connect with other kids all over the world?
Do you have dry weather?
Yes, we do have.
Technology empowers our class to be enabled to learn beyond our four walls. I'm just a passionate educator who wants to make an impact for kids. I'll take risks to try to expand their learning beyond what they could have ever imagined.
Are you in Mexico City?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so hopefully you could hear that. Again, we can go down here and there's the Mystery Skype, or it's down here on the left-hand side as well. Hopefully you could hear that a little bit. Yes, I'm getting great feedback, great video, lots very exciting. Yes, that's right. It's a competition. So it's a global guessing game that gets kids learning about geography, culture, the similarities and the differences of how children live all over the world. So essentially what you do is you sign up for a Mystery Skype, and your class is then connected with a random classroom from somewhere else in the world. And what the children have to do is they have to ask yes and no questions of that other class and work together in their own classrooms to try and figure out where that classroom is based. So it's obviously the person who wins or the classroom that wins is the one to guess correctly first. So amazing learning opportunities to get the maps out, to learn about other cultures, and also to start up a relationship with another school. You know, there's so much you can do with that after you've had a Mystery Skype session with them. You can then become pen pals with them. You can do other Skype lessons with them. Amazing resource. So here you can filter again. So you want to maybe filter and get an age group that's similar to your class. The availability, obviously, as well. That may be something that you really, really do use in this particular way, because you want to be able to connect live with them. Again, you can do the pre-recorded messages, but it is a lot better to do it live. So doing the availability is a good idea. And perhaps the country or the region. You know, if your class is learning about Africa, if they're learning about Hungary, perhaps filtering and finding a class in that area is obviously going to be beneficial. But these people here, again, are people that are signed up to Mystery Skype. And so what you'll do is you just click on them and find a classroom to play with. So you'll set it up and you'll prepare your class beforehand. So that's a big part of it. So here you'll see that there's the teacher resources section. So if you click there, there's actually a OneNote document that comes up, and it's full of a guide for you as a teacher and also for your students on how to get started. So obviously you have to prep your kids a lot more before you do this. You know, you're going to have to go over map skills. You're going to have to go over the roles of whose job it is to greet them, whose job it is to come up with the questions, whose job it is or whose role it is to record the answers, whose job it is to perhaps take photographs so you can put it on the classroom blog or the classroom newsletter later. So lots of prep work, and there's a OneNote file for you there, so you don't even have to think very hard about it. You can check that out and it guides you completely. So Mystery Skype is amazing. Literally, there's a Go Noodle song there. Get them excited about it. Hopefully you've heard of Go Noodle before. If not, check that out. That's another great resource. But there is a video there on how to get started with Mystery Skype. And when I said at the beginning that you had to set up edit your profile and add in your Mystery Skype details or your Skype details, you definitely need it for this. So for example, if we clicked on Shelley, who's in India, and we wanted to connect with her and her class. It tells us all about Shelley, and it gives us a button here. So she does two things. She does a guest speaking session, and she also does Mystery Skypes. So it gives us lots here. So she's a computer science teacher from India, tells us how long she's taught for, her interests and everything, the age levels she teaches. She speaks Hindi, so all of those things there are really useful to know. And then you can request the Mystery Skype with her by clicking on that button that's now disappeared. All right, so request a Mystery Skype. It's going to ask me, I think, to fill in my Skype profile or edit my profile because I haven't done that yet. Oh no, there we go. So it gives you times that you can do Mystery Skype with them. This host has flexible availability, so that means you can actually message her. There you go, down the bottom here, message her, and if those times don't work for you, see if it'll work for you any other time, and then request a session, and then that will link you up there. So really, really exciting tool. Is there any questions about that Mystery Skype? What about the language barrier? Great question. We're actually going to go over that in a moment because I'm going to talk to you about the Skype translator. So definitely the language barrier, Skype has thought of that. They are amazing. Microsoft has set it all up. So there is a translator so the kids can talk to each other in real time, and it translates in real time. So they can be speaking in their own language and Skype is translating for them, which is great. Okay, awesome. So just a few tips and tricks here for Mystery Skype for you. So definitely a good idea to organize a test call with the teacher of the other classroom beforehand so you can just check that the audio and the microphone and everything's working. Debrief after the call, so definitely have a discussion with your children after the call. What went well, what didn't go so well, what do you need to think about for next time, and again as well get in touch with the teacher from the other classroom and debrief with them as well. Teach Skype etiquette is a big one you have to talk about, so you know, being respectful communicators and being culturally aware and respectful as well. Assigning student jobs, we've already talked about that, and make sure that you're taking photos, videos, and live tweeting. And there's a hashtag there for you to use as well. And if you're using that hashtag, it will other teachers from around the world will be able to search that and see, and then they'll be able to link up with you through that as well. Now, the time zone thing, so don't let the time zones keep you from playing Mystery Skype with classrooms all over the world. It's so simple to use video messaging when a face-to-face video call is not possible. You can start or end your day by receiving a message from the other classroom with their question and answer, and then you send your own in response. So you can do it with video recording. You don't have to do it live. That also might be a good way to introduce it to your children, so they're not having to ask loads of questions in real time. You can actually practice doing it question by question and having a discussion with them about, okay, so that was the answer to which hemisphere they were in. What are we going to ask them next? Are we going to ask them about their culture? Are we going to ask them about what type of weather they have, or what season it is there at the moment? So that's also another good way to do it. So I'm just going to show you, we've got about 7 more minutes to go. So I won't show you the video, but there is a video within the slide deck here on how to send a video message. So it shows you exactly how to do that on Skype. We won't go over that, but it is going to be there for you to refer to later. So that's in case you can't do a lesson or a virtual field trip or a Mystery Skype live in person, you can do the video messaging. So check that out for sure. Can't find a lesson that matches your idea, you can create your own. So all of those lessons that are on Skype in the classroom, on the Educator community, they have all been created by other teachers. So you can do that as well. So if there's something you can't find, create your own. Do it with your children and share it with the Educator community. It'll be there for others to use as well. So there's a link there, how to create your own live lesson if you want to. Now, Skype Translator, there is a link here to the preview of it, and you can download it for free from the Windows Store. So let me just show you how amazing it is. You'll be able to see in this video Skype Translator in action.
Hi, can you guess where I live?
¿Te encuentras en América del Norte?
Yes. Do you live in Central Mexico?
Sí. ¿Te encuentras en Estados Unidos de América?
Yes. Do you live in a capital city?
Sí. ¿Estás cerca de Seattle?
You're very close to Seattle. Are you in Mexico City?
Sí. ¿Estás en Tacoma?
Yes. Very good guess.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Do you like living in Mexico City?
¿Te gusta vivir en la Ciudad de México?
Aquí está muy lindo.
Here is very nice.
What do you do for fun?
¿Qué haces para divertirte?
Voy a las playas de México.
I'm going to the beaches of Mexico.
I like to swim.
Me gusta nadar.
A mí también.
Me too.
Where in the world do you wish to travel?
¿A dónde en el mundo te gustaría viajar?
A Rusia.
To Russia.
¿Y tú?
And you?
Everywhere. Sería increíble algún día verte en México.
It would be amazing to see you someday in Mexico.
I would really like to visit you sometime.
Me gustaría mucho visitarte algún día.
A mí también.
Me too.
So an incredible tool there, Skype Translator. It's a brand new experience actually from Skype that helps you and your students communicate across language barriers. So you can imagine bringing the world into your classroom and taking your classroom worldwide without language being a barrier anymore. You'll notice in that video that the children were wearing a headset or headphones. That actually just makes the translations more accurate. So they do suggest that you use headphones, but you can see that the kids can still listen in the rest of the class as well. And you can do it both in real time or you can do it in instant message as well, so pre-recorded, and it will translate. So I see there's just a couple more questions coming through. Skype etiquette tool or video? That is a good question, and I actually don't know the answer to that. If Microsoft and Skype have so many kind of how-to videos on YouTube. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find something. There might even be something on the Educator community just because so many children are doing it worldwide. And do you know what? Actually, just thinking about it now, in that OneNote that I talked about, so let me just find it, the OneNote that guides the teacher through setting the children up for Mystery Skype, I actually guarantee that it is in there actually, so check that out for sure. So that's, you just go to the Mystery Skype section and there's a OneNote there to guide the teachers for setting it up. So great question. Anything else I can help with? Definitely awesome tool for learning conversational language programs. Thanks for your feedback, guys. Do we get access to the PowerPoint? Yes, you do. And was there a visible chat bar? Yes, that came up later. Perfect. All right. So we are drawing to an end of our webinar. So as you can see, there's just a couple more important things. So as you can see, the Skype enables teachers to bring the world into their classroom and to take your students into the world as well, making those important and authentic global connections. It can become one of the most powerful tools in the classroom when leveraged to its fullest. Collaborating with other classes, bringing experts into your classroom and taking your students on virtual field trips around the world will completely transform the way your students see the world and also their place in it. And the difference they can make, which is really, really important. So we've shared that already. So guys, at the beginning of the webinar, I said that sorry, let me just click it, that on the educating community, you can also earn badges, you can earn points, and you can earn a certificate that you can download and use as a part of your accreditation. These are some of the badges here, for example. So what you do is in that educator community, there's the link there, or you go to education.microsoft.com, the same link where we were in and where we logged in to access the Skype community. You go to your profile section and you select promotions and you're going to enter in this code here. JMZB0, that is a 0, not an O, LW18. Once you enter that code in and redeem it, you will earn badges, points, and a certificate that you can download. So let me just show you. It's really important that you do this, this part. So it's going to be on the PowerPoint, and I'm also going to send you the instructions in the follow-up email, and of course it will be on the recording of the webinar as well. So here you click on your profile, you go down to redeem code or promotions. Yours looks a little bit different to mine because I'm a trainer. And so redeem code or promotions, and then you enter in the code here. So enter in that promotional code and click submit. All right, then you can go back here and you can go to achievements, and you'll be able to see the badge that you've earned, the points that you've earned, and the certificates that you've earned. So let's just see. So you can see here that I've got several badges so far. I've got several certificates. They're not loading up just yet, but they will in a moment. Oh, there we go. So certificates, and then if I click those, I can actually download them, and also points. So this is an amazing, amazing resource for your professional development as well. Here, courses and resources, you can take part in more professional development learning and continue to earn points and badges and certificates for anything else that you do. I've also got a Microsoft Sway course, so digital storytelling with Sway on the RTA as well. So make sure you check that course out, because through that course, it's another amazing tool that you can use in the classroom as a relief teacher. And again, you can create, you can earn points through this educator community. Has anyone done the Sway course? Anyone from the Relief Teacher Association done that? Some people have, awesome. Some people haven't, so make sure you check it out if not. Oh, highly recommended. Thank you, Helen. It is a great course, so thank you so much. Agree, the kids are going to love this. Awesome. So make sure you redeem that code, and then just a couple more just admin items from me as we finish off tonight. All of those people that have joined us tonight, we've got a special code for you. If you would like to join our Relief Teacher Association, you get unlimited professional development courses, hundreds of resources, exclusive job boards. We do members-only events, and it helps you to manage your accreditation, and it's not expensive at all. We're also giving you the chance to get 20% off. Use the code Skype, and that expires on Friday this week. The other thing is our last Relief Teacher Conference for this particular year is on in Sydney this Saturday, and tickets are selling out fast. Make sure, if you actually are an RTA member, you get discounted tickets. So check out that link and buy your ticket if you haven't yet. Is anyone coming to the conference in Sydney on Saturday? Yes, great. Perfect. So looking forward to seeing you there. But if you're not, make sure you join us. We've had one in Perth. We sold out in Brisbane. They're hugely successful. 5 hours of PD, along with a goodie bag, free morning tea, free lunch, and a chance to connect and share with your colleagues. So amazing opportunity. So thank you so much to all of you who have joined the RTA webinar tonight. I hope you're as excited as I am about the innovations Skype can bring to your classrooms and the adventures you can take your students on. If you haven't already, check out our Sway course, as I said, on Open Learning, and I hope to see you again soon for our next webinar. As I said, you'll be getting a follow-up email hopefully tomorrow, probably by the end of tomorrow, with a recording of the webinar, a PDF handout that explains even in more detail how to use Skype in the classroom, a feedback form that we would love you to fill out. It literally takes 2 minutes. You'll get the slide deck, the PowerPoint, and the instructions for logging the course online to earn your badges, points, and get your certificate. And remember that this course, this webinar, accounts for 1 hour of teacher-identified PD. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us. It was absolutely amazing to share it with you. I can see lots of you are as excited as I am about using it, and I can't wait to hear how you go with it. I'm going to stick around for another 5 minutes or so and answer any questions that you have. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope to see you at our next webinar.